Good afternoon. We'll go from bottom to top. We'll say hello to Cleo, Roman, James, Sterling, and Winnie. How is everyone doing today? I love you. And today, I am going to read one story. I'm going to read to you, T-O, to you. And there are two, T-W-O, looks like two bad guys in this story. And there might be more. There might be too many bad guys for a good guy. We'll have to read the story and find out. Okay, so let's see what kind of words we have here. So I was out shopping today, and I hope you were out enjoying the sunshine today. It was a happy day, and yes, I am happy to read a little story, but a big story might be more fun, but we probably don't have time for that. There's a he in the story. There might be a dog. Crypto is the dog for Superman, but there is not Scooby-Doo in this story because, nope, this is not a Scooby-Doo story. So I'm going to take out the book. I'm going to put down these cards. I'm going to pick up the book and see what's in the book. And I want you to say hi to Mom and Dad from me. Okay, I think we've gone through a lot of these words. And we might find a lot of these words in the book today. So, what is this book? That's this book we're going to read. It is a story about the super pet hero, and it's called Barnyard Brainwash. Look at, I think there's pigs and a chicken. That must be a cow. Okay, let's get this so we can read it together. Barnyard Brainwash. Looks interesting. So here we have good guys, like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and their pets. Here we have bad guys. Do we have the Joker in there, and Penguin, and super bad guys, and their bad pets. So, Barnyard Brainwash is our book. And today's book is starring Mad Catter. Oh, there's a cat in this book. Batcow. Batcow. Oh, Batcow belongs to Batgirl and Batman. Well, does the Mad Catter also? Maybe the Mad Catter belongs to them too. Well, there's 3 chapters in our book today. First, we have Meet Batcow. They don't count that as a chapter. Chapter 1, Farm Frenzy. Chapter 2, Udder Madness. Udder is what we call that cows have, where we get the milk from. And brave bovine. Bovine is another name for a cow. So, let's learn about Batcow. Batcow is a superhero pet of Batgirl. He has a fireproof cape. He's a cow. He wears a bat symbol. And he has a belt, a utility belt. He is a Holstein cow. That's the type of cow he is. He was born in Gotham City, just like Batman. We don't know how old he is. His favorite food is fresh grass. He loves to combat the utter madness in Gotham City. Batgirl taught her cow a few crime-fighting moves. And she named him Batcow. Here's his udder. They make these udder jokes. That's where his udder is, and that's where we get the milk from the cow. Now, here is the enemy. So that cat is an enemy. That's what Baxter was trying to tell me. Cat would be an enemy. Belongs to the villain Mad Hatter. He's hypnotizing hypnotizing hat, that he can control your mind. Ooh, and he has an evil grin. That is evil. So the cow is pretty big. Batman's bigger. Batgirl's about the same height as the cow, but the kitten's kind of small. Chapter 1, Farm Frenzy. Far beyond the hustle and bustle of Gotham City is a quiet farmland. One morning, Joe McDonald woke up early to feed his chickens. When he got to the coop, the farmer rubbed his eyes. Was he still dreaming? Look at these chickens. I believe they're having a party. The roosters and hens were wearing colorful party hats and walking single file. They had ears of stolen corn under their wings. Farmer Joe scratched his head. What's going on here? Well, further up the path, all his pigs had party hats on as well. They too walked in single file, and they seemed to be hypnotized. Each of their curly tails looped around a pumpkin, dragging it behind them. Where is a picture? We don't have a picture of that. But look they all look like, see their funny looking eyes? They're all, I think, hypnotized. They don't know what they're doing then. They're hypnotized. So, finally the parade of animals stopped and a horse-drawn wagon inside the barn. The animals loaded the food into the cart, and two horses, wearing feathered caps, galloped out. Look at that. I'd like to see those pigs with the pumpkins. I don't see the pigs in the pumpkin picture. Okay. Farmer Joe recovered from his shock and gave chase. He ran until his legs couldn't carry him anymore. The wagon and his crops disappeared in a cloud of dust. The farmer hung his head and began a long walk home. By nightfall, several other farms had experienced similar capers. The police were called to investigate. A reporter arrived to cover the story for the evening news. Each farmer gave her an eyewitness account of the mysterious events. In a nearby tree, a fat cat sat on a branch. He was hidden in the shadow. He wore a top hat and a bow. The cat smiled wickedly. In the darkness, his evil white grin shined like the moon. Meanwhile, back at Gotham City, Batman and Batgirl watched the reports from their secret headquarters in the Batcave. They were the world's greatest detectives. However, the heroes had many partners to help them, including Batcow. "It's a farm frenzy," said the Batcow, watching the Cape Crusader. "The farmers say that the animals were under a spell," Batgirl said as she paced the room. "That sounds like the handiwork of the Mad Hatter." Ooh, look at that, Mad Hatter. The Mad Hatter was an evil scientist named Jervis Tech. He created mind-controlling devices and hid them inside his creative collection of hats. Whoever wore the crazy caps became part of the Mad Hatter's wicked plan. "I'll call Commissioner Gordon and make sure that the Hatter is still locked up in prison," said Batgirl. The superheroes climbed into the Batmobile. "Let's drive there and see for ourselves," Batman said. "These criminals can be crafty." Then the Batmobile zoomed out of the Batcave. Vroom! Batcow turned back to the reports on the Bat computer. Something caught her eye. Behind the reporter gleamed a bright half moon glowing from within the tree branches. Batcow tapped the keyboard with her hooves. She paused the news video and zoomed in on that mystery image. "Just as I thought," said Batcow when the shape came into focus. "The Hatter may be locked up, but his pet, the Mad Catter, is the real cause of this chaos." On the computer, Batcow searched for the nearest neighbor of the McDonald farm. "Merkle Meadows," she exclaimed, finding the answer. That has to be where the Mad Catter will strike again." The brave bovine hopped on the bat cycle and headed into the night. She would put an end to the barnyard brainwashing. Zoom! Look at this. The cow can ride this cycle. It's pretty smart. Oh, look at, there's the bat signal for help. Well, that's the end of Chapter 1. Chapter 2 is Utter Madness. Arriving at Merkle Meadows, Batcow hid the bat cycle behind a large bush. Then she snuck over to a big red barn. Peeking through the window, she saw the farm animals talking excitedly. A goat walked up behind Batcow. "Are you dressed for the party?" the goat asked, tugging at Batcow's cape. "What party?" Batcow replied. "There's a mad tea party going on downtown Gotham City," the goat said. "We all got invitations this morning. The plan is to sneak out when the farmers go to sleep." Suddenly, the animals exited the barn and stood around the Batcow and the little goat. "The Merkles are asleep," clucked a chicken. "Let's go!" Oh boy, there they are running off here. Batcow followed the animals into the wagon. The little goat's dad was in the driver's seat. They sped off towards the bright lights of Gotham City. Soon the farm animals arrived at a rundown factory. They were greeted by two masked cats. One wore a flamingo type of mask, and the other was disguised as a walrus. But Batcow recognized them instantly as the Mad Catter's crazy kittens. The super pet broke away from the rest of the animals, and she hid behind a wall in a nearby alley. There she is. The others were led into a large dining area inside the old factory. There was a table laid out with the stolen food from the farms. The crazy kittens invited the animals to dig in. The pigs raced right to the head of the line. Oink, 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 oink. Wow. At the end of the table was a TV screen. Once all the guests were seated, the Mad Catter's face appeared. "Welcome, my barnyard buddies," the Catter said. "Please put on your party hats and have fun. Remember, we're all mad here." The Mad Catter flipped his control switch. A loud humming startled the animals. Instantly, The animal's eyes glazed over and spun like pinwheels. The catter's mind control was now in effect. Look at that. See their eyes? Ooh, that means this guy, the evil guy, is controlling them. You are now my harvest helpers, explained the villain. Go back to your farm, bring all the crops to me. This fat cat is hungry for more. Batcow watched the scene through a window. Those animals are puppets in Catter's evil plan, she said. I have to help them. The super pet turned and bumped into a white ball of fur. Ooh, look at that. You're late, yelled a white kitten in a rabbit mask. He pointed at his watch and pushed Batcow towards the factory door. No, your time is up, said the super pet. She grabbed the kitty by her watch chain and lifted him into the air. Take me to the Mad Catter, shouted Batcow, and move it. The Mad Catter sat in his control room, and he watched his new followers leave in their wagon. Soon they would return with a bunch of tasty treats. The felon feline licked his wicked whiskers. This is my most delicious scheme yet. Crash! Batcow burst through the control room door. She was holding the trembling white kitty. Look at that. You didn't invite me to the party, announced the hero, so I crashed it. If it isn't the masked moo cow, hissed the catter, your invite must have gotten lost in the mail. I've been dying to introduce you to my friends. The evil cat clapped his paws together. The masked kitten darted out from each corner of the room. There was Mad Hare, a dormouse, and the walrus and flamingo. All the kittens with masks on came out. Crazy kittens, shouted the Mad Crater. Make our guest feel perfectly unwelcome. Batcow glanced at her hoof. The white cat was still dangling from the watch chain. Let go, Batcow shouted at him, and the crazy kitten plopped to the ground with fright. Then Batcow swung the giant watch over her head, round and round she twirled that watch, and then let it loose. The watch flew straight into the crazy kittens, knocking those kittens down like bowling pins. Pow, pow. Get up, the Mad Catter howled. The kittens and the walrus mask stood first. With his sharp tusk, he charged towards Batcow. Just as the kitten tried to take a bite out of Batcow, the hero slid under a table. Thwomp! The tusk pierced the table, and the kitten's mask was stuck. Batcow leapt for the Mad Catter, but she was tackled by the hare and the flamingo. Look at this fight going on here. The dormouse kitten climbed up the superhero's back and pulled on her ears. Look at that. Batcow struggled with the crazy kittens as the Mad Catter made his escape out the side door. Oh my. Reaching into her utility belt, Batcow pulled out a smoke bomb and let it fly. Psst! A cloud of gas filled the room, and the crazy kittens removed their masks. They rubbed their eyes, and they started coughing wildly. Batcow pulled out her bat rope and quickly tied up those kittens. When the smoke cleared, the villains looked around. The super pet was nowhere to be found. Hey, where's the cow? Asked one of the crazy kittens. We see him leaving there. That is the end of Chapter 2. Chapter 3 is Brave Bovine. Batcow had slipped through the same side door as the Mad Catter. The entrance led to a long, empty hallway. The villain's voice boomed through a speaker. "Give up, bats. I've booby-trapped this entire building," he said. "Soon you will be as flat as a cow pie." Batcow heard the metal gears start to grind. Whirr! Suddenly, the hallway walls started closing in. They inched closer and closer together. The hoofed hero had to think fast or be flattened. She had just the tool for the job. A laser torch. Batcow grabbed the gadget from a utility belt and aimed the laser towards the wall and fired. A red-hot beam seared through the metal. Zit! Batcow carved a hole big enough to fit through and pushed it with her hooves. The cutout piece fell to the ground. The swift Super Pet leapt through the air in the opening, and just as the walls pressed against each other, she got free. Breathing a sigh of relief, Batcow took her in her surroundings. All around her stood rows of glass. She was in a hall of mirrors. In each mirror was a grinning reflection of the Mad Catter. Look at that evil grin. "Twinkle, twinkle, little pet cow," sang the Catter. "How you wonder where I am now?" Batcow remained quiet. The terrible Tabby laughed. "What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?" Batcow ignored the Mad Catter. The Super Pet focused on each reflection. Only one was the real rascal. How's he going to figure this out? Let's see. Oh my goodness, look at all those mirrors. Only one is the real cat. How is he going to figure this out? Take a look. Do you guys think you could figure that out? "I've bamboozled the Batcow," shouted the cat. "After my fearsome funhouse finishes you, I'll add your cowl to my hat collection. It'll be my most prized possession." "We'll see about that," said Batcow. The hero had another idea. She slipped on some X-ray goggles. The regular world was replaced with X-ray images. The hero could see through all of the mirrors. Moving her head back and forth, she finally spotted a tiny feline skeleton. Let's see if you can find it. Can you find which one is the real one? Yeah, I think it's right there in the middle. The real Catter had been found. "You want my cowl?" the bat yelled. "It's all yours." Batcow bowed her head and barreled towards the Catter. She headbutted the mirror and shattered it. Oh, look at that. Wow. The villain pulled down his top hat to protect him from the falling shards of glass. Then he turned to run away. Batcow chopped down on the Mad Hatter's tail. Look at that. He chomped his tail. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, munch, munch, munch. "Meow," wailed the furry foe. "Your adventure through the looking glass is over," said Batcow. The hero lifted the Mad Catter up by the scruff of his neck. The top hat tumbled to the ground. Out popped a remote control. This was how the Catter controlled the devices in the party hats. Batcow stomped on the gadget, causing it to short-circuit. Zoot! The barnyard animals were no longer brainwashed. "How dare you," hissed the Catter, and he leapt at the Batcow, but the hero held him at a distance. The furious feline clawed, and nothing but air. Look at that. Batcow smiled. "You'll be spending the rest of your 9 lives behind bars." Remember, they say cats have 9 lives. Soon after, the Gotham City police arrived. They carted off the Mad Catter and the crazy kittens to prison. The city had just added a wing especially for criminal critters. and it was being put to good use. Batcow helped the rest of the officers return all the stolen crops to their rightful owner. Back at Merkle Meadows, none of the livestock remembered their wild tea party. They looked at the scattered party hats and shook their head. The horses galloped slowly to their stables, and the pigs pattered to their pens. They didn't even realize they were at that party. A few animals stayed behind to hang out with the day's hoofed hero, the Batcow. Yeah, see his hooves. Yeah, pretty cool. Hey, that must have been some party, said the little goat. Too bad we can't remember it. Where's the little goat? There's the duck and the pigs and the sheep. Well, I don't see the goat in this picture. The goat in this picture? I don't see the goat in that picture either. Okay. Indeed, the goat's father said, but Batcow certainly has a tale to tell. The chickens turned to the hero. What was it like, she clucked. Yeah, said the little goat. Tell the whole story from the beginning. Please, please, chirped the chorus of the little chicks. Batcow looked sleepily into the horizon. The sun was rising. The hero turned to her friends and started acting out the whole story. So she was telling them all the story of what had happened. Okay. And then, all right, said the super pets. I will tell you everything I know. How did it? Oh, yes. It started with Joe McDonald had a farm. Yes, Joe McDonald. All right. So, here's our picture of our superhero pets. And there's the villains. Word power. What words were used in this? Brainwash. Brainwash means making someone accept and believe something. Capers. It's a criminal act or a trick. Feline. It has to do with cats or being cat. A felon is somebody who committed a crime. Hypnotize is to put somebody in a trance or under a spell. Investigate is if you look into something like a crime to find out as much as possible to try to solve it. A scheme is a plan or a plot for doing something. And startled is when you're very surprised or frightened. Those were some of the words that we used today. Okay. And that's our story for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you're enjoying the sunshine we're having today. Love you all. Mwah. See you soon. Bye-bye.